What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already, in good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. Oh, and I'm just another YouTube personality, so take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, okay? All right, so this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, I got pulled over by an officer. I'm going to tell you the details in just a second, but first, let me talk about a podcast that you might enjoy. It's called Bottomless Coffee 007, and the reason why I'm talking about this particular podcast is because Coffee, the guy obviously who runs the podcast, he reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, Liv, would you mind coming on my podcast and doing an interview about your channel?" So I said, of course, sure, why not? So we were supposed to do it maybe like a couple of weeks ago, and there were some time constraints on it and I couldn't get to him. So he called me up this past Friday and we had an hour interview. I'll put the link down below so that you guys can listen to it. Many questions that he asked me, some of you have also asked me those same questions, but we talked about a lot of things that I have not talked about on this channel. And so it was pretty good. Again, it's like an hour long. I'll put the link down below if you're interested in hearing the podcast. But you should check out his podcast. They're very interesting. And Coffee's a really great guy. I really enjoyed our conversation. We also talked for like an hour after that particular interview. So yeah, we were on the phone for like 2 hours, but he's a great guy. Check out his podcast. And if you want to hear about the channel in more detail than what I give you on these videos, then feel free to check it out. All right. Okay. So getting into why I got pulled over. So let me give you some context. I'm driving along. It's like, I want to say maybe 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning. And I'm meeting a colleague because we're going freshwater fishing, right? So I'm trying to get there because I'm rushing because I was late and I have to drive like 20 minutes to get to him. And then we have to drive like another 20 or so minutes to get to the reservoir. So I'm driving along. All of a sudden it's this old lady in front of me taking forever at the stop sign. I'm like, lady, it's a 4-way intersection. Nobody's coming. Go. So she's taking, she's in slow motion, taking a left. So I beep the horn like, hello, go, move. So finally she goes, right? So I thought the coast was clear. Nope, not so much. So instead of scooting up behind her and stopping at the light, we had already been there for 10 minutes waiting for her to turn. So I figured the coast was clear. I might as well go ahead right on after her. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Do you guys know that song? Anyway, whoop, whoop came on and I looked in my rearview mirror and sure enough, I see a police patrol car and I'm like, oh my gosh, this friggin' lady. So got no one else to blame but myself because I knew good and well that I shouldn't have driven right behind her. I should have stopped, but I didn't. Anyway, I pull over. Little pull to the right. I was like, here we go. And I'm carrying. I hope this is not a big deal at all. So I grab my license. I grab my registration. And the officer, she walks up to the car. I'll say she was probably in her late 20s, maybe early 30s, right? So she walks up to the car and she was like, good morning, ma'am. Do you know why I pulled you over? So of course I know why you put me over, but I'm not going to tell you that. So I put on my best Oscar-winning performance. And I'm like, no, I have no idea. Why did you pull me over this morning? So she smirked. She was like, because you ran the stop sign. And I said, of course, going along with my Oscar-winning performance. Really? I normally stop. I can't believe that I actually ran the stop sign. Is that accurate? And you can tell she was to bust out laughing like, come on, now you know good and well. But she was like, yes, I'm pretty sure you did. License and registration, please. So I'm like, oh, here you go. So at that time, she looks down at the card and she's like, do you have your insurance? So I go and I grab my insurance card and I was like, oh, Wait, did I say anything to her? No, I didn't say anything to her. I grabbed the insurance card and I give it to her. So she glances down at it and she was like, this is expired. I was like, listen, I know it's expired. I said, this happens all the time to me. I was like, Geico sends me a email and I always forget to print it off, but I do have insurance. It's just not updated. Well, it's not updated on the card, but I have insurance. So she was like, okay. So at this time, she's looking at my information and she must have called in my information prior to approaching my car because the dispatcher is giving her my information. So the dispatcher is like, yeah, no hits. She's all clear, but she has a firearm permit. So the officer says to me, ma'am, do you have a firearm on you right now? And I was like, yes. She was like, where is it located? I said, my left hip. She said, okay, just leave it there. Put your hands on the wheel and I'll be right back. So she goes back to her patrol car and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, how many points is this going to be taken off my license? How much is this bill going to be? I'm thinking of all the expenses because I was just not disciplined and stopping at the stop sign and I allowed my emotions to get the best of me because the lady in front of me was taking forever in a day. But anyway, she opens the door and she's about to walk toward me. And I'm like, well, that's quick. So in my mind, I'm like, yes. I'm like, that means I'm not going to get a ticket because when they sit back there and they take forever in a day to come back to you, they're filling out the paperwork because they're about to give you a ticket. So as she about to get out of the car, she stops and she goes back in. I'm like, oh man, maybe she changed her mind. This can't be. So she gets out of her patrol car and she walks toward me and I just see my registration flopping with my with my license. And I'm in the car like, yes, like I'm so excited because I know I'm not gonna get a ticket. So she comes up to the window and she's like, ma'am, I'm not going to spoil your Memorial Day weekend, but next time stop at the stop sign. I was like, listen, you got it. You don't have to tell me. I already know. And so she handed my stuff back and I'm doing like dances in the car and she's like laughing. I was like, listen, I don't care what they say about you. You're all right with me. So she starts laughing. At this point, I think she thinks that I'm a little out there because I'm so excited. So then she did tell me that if I get pulled over and the officer want to be a jerk, he actually can give me a ticket for an expired insurance card, even though I have insurance. So I said, okay, no problem. I'll print it out tonight and I'll put it in my car. I actually have to do that, but I have to go through my glove compartment because, like when you're driving, you put napkins in there, you go get an oil change, you fold up the little sheet that they give you toss that in there. Everything pretty much goes in your glove compartment. So I do need to go clean that out because I probably do have the right insurance card in there, but yeah, I can't find it because it's a little messy. And that's unlike me because I'm a little type A. So it's just, when you have to do something and the thought of doing it makes you not want to do it. So today would be a good day because today is Memorial Day. I was supposed to go to the parade, but our parade is so bland, and it used to be popping. Like back in the day, like everyone's like, you want the Memorial Day parade? Yep, I'm going. You buy an outfit? Yep, I'm going. And everybody was there and everybody was looking good and it was so much fun. And now it's like chicken without the seasoning. You ever had bland chicken before? No seasoning, no salt, pepper, no paprika, no onion powder, no garlic powder, no oregano, no nothing on it. Just bland chicken. No sazon, nothing. That's what our parade is like. Bland, boring, snooze fest. Anyway, this video is a little long, but I definitely had to tell you my story. And I didn't get a ticket. And yeah, because that could have ruined my Memorial Day weekend. But we went fishing and I didn't catch anything. Well, I caught a turtle, but like what am I going to do with a turtle? Make turtle soup? Do people make turtle soup? Is that good? Is that a thing? Yeah, I caught a turtle and I'm not used to freshwater fishing. So my colleague was trying to help me out and we got some shiners and some worms and worms freak me out. I could put the shiners on, but putting a worm on my hook, I can't. I can't, it freaks me out. I was about to share something with you, but once it's out there, I could never take it back, so I'm not going to embarrass myself. But needless to say, I had a great weekend. I have to finish up some chores here today and then back to work tomorrow. Lord have mercy. I really need to hit this Powerball or this Mega Millions. Like, no, seriously, I really do, because I can't. That's all I'll say. I can't. I need to hit this Mega Millions so I can just chill, retire, give back, play poker, go play golf, fish, go to the range, all that good stuff. And I would have got some video of me fishing, but I didn't catch anything. So how boring would that be? Like playing chicken, right? Anyway. Thank you guys for listening to this story. I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend, treating one another with kindness, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Peace.